Have you ever heard about the term dark UX? Well, this is when some people in a company are being paid to design interfaces that are going to be tricking you into engaging in some predefined behaviors that will only serve the benefit of the business. So it's essentially things on the screen and how the elements are being designed so that you are going to be spending more, or you're going to feel like you are going to miss out if you don't do a certain action, and so on, so on, so on. So today we're going to look at Bleach Immortal Souls because sadly this game is full of those deceiving practices, and it is very sad, but it is what it is. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, let's go.
まだ全然使いこなせちゃいねえけどな。さあ。
So the first topic that I want to address is going to be the Shunsui banner, the latest Shunsui banner in the game, which visually when you look at it, it looks like you're going to be summoning for the character, when in fact it is essentially a weapon banner, meaning that you are going to be able to pull for shards of that weapon. And the thing is, look at this. The first time that I got the 5 fragments of the app, well, the first 5 fragments of the weapon, this is what it looks like. So it tells you have 5 fragments over 50. But the thing is, you know, visually, 5 out of 50 is 10%. Yet, the progress bar right here is somewhere in the 30%. So the idea is, it is going to show you as if it was almost there. So it's all about tricking you unconsciously into thinking that you are almost there. So it makes you think that it is achievable, that it is close, and that you can reach it, when in fact you are just getting started. And this is not just for the weapon, it's for all of them. And this is very, very interesting. So look at this, for example. This is Oru. So I have 40 shards out of 100, and yet look at the bar. It is over the half. It is like 55%, maybe 60% of completion. It is way over the top. So the thing is, just by having the progress bar being abnormally filled, which is not proportional to what it should be, is deceiving users visually. So obviously you have the numbers. This is why it is legal, because it shows you the numbers so they can do whatever they want with the progress bar. However, this is a disingenuous practice from the company, because at a glance what you see is this blue bar that stands out the most, and that is going to grab your attention in terms of, hey, I am almost there. So this right here is the most shocking thing in my opinion, but unfortunately, that's not the only one, and there are far worse things as well. Now, another one, they have this event called the Coin Shop right here. If you go here, it says limited time exchange, 7 days, 10 hours, and 33 minutes. So that thing, you can get the coins from 2 different ways. So either you buy the daily packs and you can get them, or you complete the daily orders. Oops, let's go back. You complete the daily orders and you can get some coins as part of the daily orders. So those are free to play coins. The problem is, look at this. When you go here on that store, you just get bombarded with all those timers, creating this element of urgency where you need to do it now, otherwise you're going to be missing out. So these guys are playing on what's called FOMO, so fear of missing out, and having all the timers creates this sense of urgency, which is creating some pressure onto you kind of incentivizes you more to proceed to any kind of purchase or action or whatever is intended by the developers. Now look at this. So it says that this exchange shop is gonna stay for 7 days. However, look at this. Below the fold is this one, daily quest, reward, and daily quest packs. So those coins that you use for the shop, well, you can only get them for 5 days. So there's a 2-day difference between the shop duration and the period in which you can get those coins for the shop. And obviously, when you go here in the shop, you don't see that. The first thing that you see is shop is gonna last 7 days. Then you have at the very top right, you have the countdown, 7 days as well. So you in your right mind are right to think that you still have 7 days of collecting those coins. So you do your math. You've gotten like 10, 20, 15 a day or something from the free play coins, and you do your math, you multiply by 7, and you're like, great, so I'm gonna be able to collect that many coins. The truth is no, because you keep that timing in mind when in fact the real timing is this one. And yes, it is legal because it is displayed somewhere. However, it is disingenuous because it is hidden. So it's right below the fold, and your attention goes here, especially with the small notification icon at the top, like small red dot here. So you don't think about going here, and you don't think that this is related to that right here. So it is again a tricking practice that is deceiving the users. Now another one as well, and if you don't play the game, you may not get that one quite as well as those of you who actually play the game. So the thing is, there are regular recharge events in this game. So it's every now and then you do get a new character that is going to be featured, where you can get 10 shards of the character every single day, provided that you recharge. And at the end of the week, you are able to grab the full weapon, not just shards, the full weapon. And so far, the previous characters were all for the same price. So you had to recharge the same exact amount, which was 250 VIP points, for you to be able to grab one of those chests every single day. And out of a sudden, they just released this new one with Zangetsu, and now you have to recharge 500 points. So you would tell me, yes, it is displayed right beneath the character that it's only 500 points to claim the character, to claim the chest every single day. However, the thing is, there's a very big difference between an information that is being displayed and an announcement. And usually the way that it works is users that actually go for this kind of promotion, this recharge event, are used to the same behavior because it's a repeated behavior. You come back every single day, you spend this daily amount to be able to unlock the chest, and it's just become a habit at this point, especially when you engage in the same behavior for a repeated period of time, roughly around 20 days. So studies have proven that if you repeat the same behavior for about 20 days, it becomes a proper habit for you. So those events have been there for a while. People have engaged in the same behavior for over 20 days. So it has become a habit, and all of a sudden they've changed it. So, people out of habit would just go to the shop and buy for 250 VIP points and be like, hey, why didn't this get unlocked? Because if I knew there was going to be 500, I wouldn't do it because it's just too much. So I wouldn't try for it. And the difference is when something changes, you have to make some sort of announcement, some sort of a pop-up or some kind of message to tell the users this has now changed, the price has risen. Because otherwise, if you just let it as is, it seems like nothing has changed because there has been no visual cue of change. Also, something else, yes, it is written here, however, and this I see it in my work every single day when I do user testing, people don't read, especially when it's the same text that's been there for weeks, months, and people have come to the screen very often. When you come to the screen, you read it the first time probably, but then you don't read it every single time. It's like it's engraved in your mind. The only thing that you look at is the visual. So if you did some eye tracking, you use eye tracking technology, or not heat maps because you wouldn't be able to do it here, but eye tracking technology, you would see that the user's eye is essentially attracted to the visual here, so the asset Zangetsu. Then it moves to the second area, this one, which is the name. Then it moves to that one with the price, the content of each chest, and then it goes to the bottom here. So it never lands on this section, And even if it does, the way it works is your brain has already recorded information as being 250. So even if it's written as 500, you will still potentially read it as 250 or conceive it in your mind as being 250 despite the price change, because nothing has told you, nothing has told you that something has actually changed here and you need to pay attention. You know, when they change the terms and conditions of a website, you do get a pop-up message saying, we have changed our terms and conditions. So you do get notified. You know, it's not for you to discover it. So that's another thing that I wanted to mention. Another important role of UX is about giving user the sense of control. So you're able to always go back from any of the action that you perform. You're never blocked in a dead end, and you have the sense of control over the interface, making you feel reassured about what you are doing. Now, if you're familiar with gacha games, you know that most of the time when you are doing a multi-pull, you do have a confirmation pop-up to make sure that your action has been fully consented and fully thought over. So this is just a very common practice. So I'm going to move over to Bleach Immortal Soul and show you what it looks like there. So imagine here, I want to do a multi-pull. So I click here on this button, boom. You are going to be spending this amount. This is going to be your leftover amount. And this is what you're going to get. 1 of 4, 1 4-star above guaranteed. So you do have this confirmation pop-up in between. And even if you want to do just a single pull, you still have this confirmation telling you all the information that I just talked about. However, when it comes to Bleach Immortal Souls, no, you don't have it. If I want to do a summon pull times 1, boom, it automatically debits the currency. What the hell? It directly debits the currency from your balance, so it doesn't give you a chance to review this and decide whether you want to proceed or not. Same thing here. And the problem is, you know, if you mispress by mistake, boom, you're going to be charged the full amount straight away. It's like you going on Amazon and you just say add to cart, and instead of adding to cart, it just purchases the item straight away and you're going to be charged straight away. Would you imagine such a scenario? No. So having it straight away being charged is crazy. Another deceiving practice here. You see how you have this little message saying 50% off, which we also have here, 50% off. Well, the thing is, visually it looks like if you press that button, you are gonna get a discounted single. However, the truth is, it is only discounted after you've used all the coins that you have, meaning that if I do it right now, I'm not gonna get any kind of discount. It's gonna be using one of those coins here, one of those tokens for it to perform the summon. And the only way for me to actually reach the 50% is if I am out of coins. Here as well, if I spend all my coins and I don't have any more and I can only use jades, which is the in-game currency to summon, to pull, well, this is when I'm going to be able to get the 50% off on one pull. So yes, visually, you look at it this way, it looks like it's going to be 50%. Well, in fact, it is not. It's going to use a full token instead of the 50% of jade. And the 50% is not on the tokens that you see right beneath it. It's on jade spend, so which is the in-game currency. So this again is misleading. This concludes our video today. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, to leave a like, and I will see you next time. Tschüss.
井上、
はい、行け。
我が名はユーハ・バッハ。お前のすべてを奪うものだ。決勝！決勝！